70% probably. The police come, don't see anything happening, and just fucking leave and let the abuse keep happening. So going to the police ain't always the right move. Like most of the time, it's probably not the best move at all.
Get desperate. We often see women, for instance, that have been battered for years, and sometimes they will murder their abuser out of desperation. And I do believe that the brothers were subjected to a tremendous amount of dysfunction in the home and molestation.
Yeah, the law never, like I'd say 70% of the time, actually, the law never does anything at all. And by you calling the cops and then the cops leaving, now your abuser is going to be even worse because now that person is pissed off even more than they already were. So the situation just got worse because the cops didn't do shit.
But they went to prison for life without the possibility of parole, which meant that certainly under the law at that time, they had no hopes of ever getting out. They could have done what many other people do, which is basically said, you know what, I'm here for the rest of my life, so I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to misbehave, I'm going to join gangs, I'm going to live the life of a person. But they never did that. To the contrary, even though they didn't think that they would ever be let free, they engaged in a different journey. A journey of redemption and a journey of rehabilitation. And often the people that
I call bullshit, but okay,
begin their journey of rehabilitation and redemption in prison is often very internal in what they do, and one of our lawyers pointed out this today. It's usually the path as people try to further their education, do things for self-improvement, which the brothers have done, by the way. But it's more unique or less usual, I guess, when people not only do that, but they also begin to engage in ways to make life for others better. And in this case, the brothers have been doing so for a very long time, creating groups to deal with how to address untreated trauma, creating groups to deal with other inmates that have physical disabilities and may be treated differently. Even in one case, Lyle negotiating for other inmates as to the conditions that they live under during prison. And all this was done by two young people, now they're not as young, that had no hopes of ever getting out of prison. They have been in prison for nearly 35 years. I believe that they have paid their debt to society.
I don't.
And the system provides a vehicle for their case to be reviewed by a parole board. And if the parole concurs with my assessment, it will be their decision. They will be released accordingly. I must underline, however, this case will be filed in court tomorrow. The final decision will be made by the judge. Court has to agree with my conclusion that they deserve to be resentenced. It is very possible.
Have a good night, Ashley. I'm going to get off here in a little bit, too, probably right after this. Like 20 more minutes of this guy talking. So after this, I'm probably going to go to bed, too.
That they may be members of this office that will be present in court opposing the resentencing. And they have a right